Hello and welcome to the Economy This Week series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about important economic events which had happened in the past week, and this session is important for your GS-3 perspective. Moving towards the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the India status as a middle income country and why India is unable to move and struggling to move into the higher income countries. Then we are going to discuss about the most discussed topic of this week, which is the death of Ratan Tata and the Tata Trust. Then we are also going to discuss about the currency swap between India and Maldives. And after that, we are going to discuss about Global Hunger Index 2024. So moving towards the first topic. The first topic is India middle income country. So this is the news. Can India escape middle income trap? So here there is a report which is prepared by the World Bank. So the report name is World Development Report 2024, and that has given a phenomena that has categorized the middle income countries, high income countries, and India is a part of middle income countries. So the World Bank, because this particular thing has been prepared by the World Bank, so the World Bank estimate that stagnation of income per capita when economies reach a level of per capita income 11% of the US, hindering their journey to high income status. So it has become a very trapping kind of situation that countries who has reached to the 11% of the per capita income at US level, they are struggling to move to for another category, which is the high income category. Though it has given few examples that how other countries have tried to escape and tried to manage. We'll discuss all those examples. So this is the data that in last 34 years, only 34 countries who are middle income countries had moved from one place to another place, which is that economies per capita income between $1,136 to $13,845 have transitioned to the higher income level. So only 34 middle income countries in last 34 years had transitioned. So this transition is very slow. Here we'll discuss few examples. So here we'll discuss about the role of state, that what is the role of state, do state intervention require or not. So here we have one thing, that the countries who have become a part of European Union are able to make a smooth transition from middle income countries to the higher income countries. And apart from the European Union, we have other countries just like South Korea and Chile, who had also smoothly transitioned from middle income countries to the high income countries. And what is the similarities between these countries who had transitioned themselves? So the first thing is that there was a state intervention, and with the help of state intervention, where state has not favored just one authority and state has equally favored all the authorities, and it had allowed the companies who had not progressing much, so it had allowed all those companies who are not progressing much to fail, and it has focused on the new areas, and they had focused on 3 I's, which is invest, infuse and innovation. And with the help of 3 I's, they are able to make a smooth transition from middle income countries to the higher income countries. So this is the thing. So here we'll come to the challenges faced by India. So here it comes to the question that do state intervention required or not. So in the case of Chile, in the case of South Korea, we have seen that with the help of state intervention, they are able to transition. So state intervention is must when you want to transition from middle income countries to the higher income countries, and you already know that India is a part of middle income countries. So here we'll come to that what are the challenges ahead of India when India wants to move further. So the first thing is that the power of billionaires. So as you already know that the powers of billionaires has increased, and what we have seen that the gap between rich and poor has increased. So rich are getting richer and poor are getting poorer, and the billionaires had got power. They have become closest to the state, and state had started favoring to them. So this is also one of the challenges. And the second thing is that the stagnation of the manufacturing sector. So we are still dependent on various other countries for the manufacturing sector. So there is a stagnation of manufacturing sector, and we have seen that service sector in India is contributing a lot. And we can see there is a dip in manufacturing sector and agriculture sector. Though so many people are involved into the agriculture sector and manufacturing sector, but they are not returning back. So that's why the stagnation is causing this thing. And the third thing is that aggregate economy is not being reflected on the ground. So what we have seen that we can see that growth rate of India is 7% in the recent years. But if we see that this growth rate should be seen in also into the workers' wages, because without the contribution of workers' wages, we cannot imagine ourselves to be in a higher income countries. But here the GDP growth rate is 7% in recent years. But if we'll see in the workers' wages growth rate, so it was just 5%, and for casual workers it is just 7%. So here this cannot be transitioned. So that's why this transition is very slow. And the other thing is that with an inflation of roughly 5%, so the inflation is there, but the wages are not increasing. So they are not able to have a demand, and they are not able to consume various resources. And without this, we cannot think of to transition into the higher income countries. So these are the transition we have. And we are not promoting that state must intervene, but state should have control on the authorities and on the business thing, so that it can equally regulate and it can give attention to the new areas where those areas are flourishing, and it cannot participate on the basis of the closeness to any private entities. So that's why the fair intervention of the state is required for a smooth transition from the middle income countries to the higher income countries. So this is the one topic. Now we'll come to the next one, which is about the Ratan Tata and Tata's son. So as you already know that Ratan Tata, who has been the what you can say one of the cherished figure of the industrial world, has died. And after his death, there is a huge question that who will succeed him. So this is the news that who succeeds Ratan Tata and the challenges for the $165 billion diversified group. So the Tata Trust is not a single group. It has a many branches. It has IT branches. It has the software. It has the TCS. It has a different branches. So together they contribute a lot to the economy. They have a huge base for the employees. So that becomes a very crucial question that who will succeed the Tata Trust, because that person has enormous powers to regulate all these authorities. So what we have seen that the brother of Ratan Tata, Noel Tata, has succeeded the Tata Trust. And if we'll see the TCS, which is a money spinner for this group, has profit of rupees 43,559 crore in financial year 2024. And what we can see that global downturn. So the Noel Tata who had succeeded, so it's not easy for him to take this responsibility, because this is a very global transitioning phase where so many ups and downs are happening. So there are so many challenges ahead of him also. So it's very difficult to understand, and it's also really important to know that how big Tata Group is. So according to 2023 and 2024, the revenue of Tata companies taken together was more than $165 billion. And these companies collectively employ over 1 million people, and according to the Tata Sons. So it's very important that they are giving livelihood to around 1 million population. And IT giants TCS, Tata Steel and Tata Motors are leaders in their segments. These are the part of the Tata Group. And each Tata company or enterprises operates independently under the guidance and supervision of its own board of directors. And currently 26 publicly listed Tata enterprises with a combined market of the more than $365 billion as on March 31, 2024. And it operates in more than 100 countries across the 6 continents. So you can see that how big Tata Group is, and you can see the worth also, that together they are contributing $165, their revenue is 165. So in terms of providing employment, in terms of providing livelihood, these companies has a greater role. And you can see the TIS is there, various health institutes run by them, various charitable organizations run by them. So it's very important to decide and to have a future of organization like this, because they are the contributors to the economy. Now we'll come to the next one. Next one is about the currency swap, and this is the news. India's RBI enters into currency swap agreement with Maldives Monetary Authority. So recently India and Maldives have a rough patch because of the one statement, and we can see that Indian tourists had stopped going to the Maldives and they had preferred Lakshadweep over the Maldives. So a debate has been started between Maldives and Lakshadweep. So there was a rough patch between India and Maldives, but right now India and Maldives both had decided to improve their relationship, and we can see that they had also visited to our country. So there was a currency swap agreement between the India and Maldives, and under which agreement this particular thing happened. So under the SAARC currency swap framework 2024 to 2027, this particular thing happened, and in which what will happen that MMA, which is the Maldivian Monetary Authority, is eligible for financing support from RBI amounting $400 million under the US dollar Euro swap window and INR 30 billion under the INR swap window. So in this, India will provide money in terms of the Indian rupees, in terms of the dollars, in terms of the euro, to have liquidity in the market, to have liquidity in the Maldivian market. So that's why these steps has been taken on, and this agreement would be valid till June 18, 2027. So here we'll come to know about that what is the SAARC currency swap framework. So this has come into the operation into the 15 November 2012, and it has been basically aimed to provide a backstop line of funding for short time of foreign exchange liquidity requirement. So if there was a crunch in liquidity in the market, so this is for the short term benefit and short term support to each other. So here we'll come to the what it signifies. So it signifies the bilateral ties between the India and Maldives, and recently India and Maldives had also decided to have foreign exchange in reserve issues. They had also launched RuPay card in Maldives, and there is also inauguration of new runway at the Hanimado International Airport that agreed to further strengthen the bilateral relation between the both countries. So these agreements, this is the economic agreement between India and Maldives. So these agreement will improve the ties between India and Maldives, not just economically but also the politically. Now we'll come to the next one. Next one is about Global Hunger Index 2024. India ranked 105th out of 127 countries in Global Hunger Index 2024. So this is very important that out of 127 countries, India rank is 105, and this is not a matter of proud, because we are behind our neighbors. So it is very difficult to analyze all these things and why India rank is slightly better, why it is not doing much better in this term. So first of all, we'll know about the ranking and everything. So this is the 19th edition of Global Hunger Index, and India rank, you already know, 105 among the 127 countries, and India has been categorized under serious hunger problem, and it lags behind Sri Lanka, Nepal, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and which is just ranked above the Pakistan and Afghanistan. And who publishes this report? So this is jointly published by Concerned Worldwide and Wealth Hunger Life, and here India's score is 27.3, which is of the serious level of hunger, and the report notes a slight increase in prevalence of undernourishment in India in recent years. So undernourishment has increased. So here we'll know another aspects of these things. So these are the 4 parameters under which these hunger indexes measures this thing. So there is first parameter, which is the undernourishment. So the share of population with insufficient calorie intake. So there they take the caloric intake. There they analyze the caloric intake. Here we come to the child stunting. So the child stunting is measured for the kids and children which is below of the 5 years, whose height is, who have a low height according to their age, and this is marked under the chronic undernutrition. Then we have child wasting, and there they measures the low weight for their height, and this is also of the age 5, and that is called as acute undernutrition. Then we have the fourth category, which is the child mortality, and this shows that the share of children who die before their 5th birthday. So this is the child mortality, and under this parameters all countries hunger index are measured of. And here you can see that from low, moderate, serious, alarming and extremely alarming. Before, India was into the alarming condition, but right now it is into the serious condition. Now we have to move to the moderate and to the low condition. Here we can see that 13.7% of Indian population is undernourished, 35.5% of children under 5 are stunted, which have a low height according to their age, and wasted, which is have a low height according to their low weight according to their age. So 18.7% children are unto this, and then 2.9% of children die before their 5th birthday. So this is the state of India for global hunger index, which is not much good. And you cannot say, this is a very serious question, that why we are not able to improve our rank much and why India is still categorized under serious category. And this shows that most of the population lives below the poverty line, and we need to work on to our hunger. We need to work on to the nutritional aspects of the children and their mortality rates. Now we'll come to the question part. In the 2024 Global Hunger Index report, so this is about the Global Hunger Index. India ranks 105th out of 127 countries. India's GHI score is 27.3, indicates a serious hunger problem. India ranks below Sri Lanka and Nepal, but have above Pakistan and Afghanistan. Here they are asking the correct one. 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3, 2 and 3 only. Then we'll come to the next one. Next one is about, consider the following statement about RBI Maldives currency swap agreement. Maldives can access $400 million under the $, Euro swap window and INR 30 billion under the INR swap window. India and Maldives launched the RuPay card in Maldives. Here they are asking the correct one. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So you have to answer. Then we'll come to the next one. According to the World Development Report 2024, which of the following are key strategies to break out the middle income trap? Investment in fusion of global technologies, innovation, import substitution. 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 4 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is easy one. I have already mentioned about the 3 I's. And then we'll come to the next one. Which of the following statement about Tata Sons is are correct? Tata Sons is the holding company of Tata Group. Tata Sons is a listed company on Indian stock exchanges. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. So you have to answer this into the comment section. So that's it for today's session, and you have to prepare all this topic for your mains perspective also. Global Hunger Index is very important for your prelims examination as well as your mains examination, that why we are not able to control hunger index for this country. And we have also seen that there are so many controversies related to this Global Hunger Index. The methodology have a serious issue with India. Indian government criticizes the methodology and they say that that is not apt for the Indian environment and Indian economy. Then we have a problem of so many things, that what is the contribution of a particular company, why one company has a big stake in the Indian market, currency swap agreement, how economically we are able to help other countries and how we can improve our relationship. Then the biggest question is that why India is not able to move from middle income countries to the high income countries, and we can see some political and economic challenges ahead of India, and state intervention is the need of the hour to have a better economic condition. So these are all mains perspective question. You have to answer this. I hope you like this session. If you have queries related to this session, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.